This is Evan Harper. It's 6:47 p.m. I'm recording this in case I don't make it back. I'm somewhere on East Ridge, my GPS is dead, and my compass has been spinning nonstop. I've tried following the same trail down twice, but somehow I always end up back here, by the same split tree. I've been hiking since noon, and now the sun's nearly gone. I don't know if I'm lost, or if something's playing with me, but I swear the forest is watching. About 30 minutes ago, I heard something behind me. I turned. Nothing. Kept walking, and I heard it again. Crunching in the snow, like footsteps. But when I stop, it stops. No wildlife around, no wind. Just that sound, like someone pacing right behind me, but never showing themselves. It's not just the sound, it's the feeling. That crawling sensation down your spine, the kind you can't explain. Like eyes are on you, even in total silence. I climbed a small rock outcrop to get a signal. Boosted my radio antenna and tried to call base camp, but the line kept dropping. I did get one fragment of audio, just a whisper, but not in a language I know. It didn't sound human. It sounded slow, hollow, wet. I've played it back 3 times. Every time it gives me chills. It said my name, at least I think it did. And then the signal was cut out completely. Since then, I can't shake the feeling that I'm being lured. I found a single boot print in the snow. It wasn't mine. Bigger than my foot. No tread, no brand, just a deep oval impression with pointed toes. But the weirdest part? There was only one. No matching print. Just one footprint. Right in the middle of the trail. And it wasn't heading anywhere. It was pointed straight at me, like someone had been standing and watching. I walked past it quickly, but after a few meters I turned back. It was gone. 7:03 p.m. I heard it again. This time it was closer, like right behind my left shoulder. I whipped around, but there was nothing there. No movement, just snow. The trees around here are so tightly packed. It's hard to see 5 meters ahead, but I swear something darted behind one of them. I only saw it for a second. Pale, long arms, low to the ground, crawling. I thought maybe a bear, but bears don't whisper. Bears don't say your name. I started jogging downhill, heart racing. My breathing echoed weirdly, like I was in a tunnel even though I was out in the open. The trees seemed to shift, like their trunks were bending slightly toward the path. That's insane, right? Trees don't move. But the branches now cast shadows that weren't there before. I passed a formation of rocks I hadn't seen earlier, and etched into one of them, with something sharp, was my full name. Evan Harper, 6:47 p.m. The timestamp carved into the rock. It was the same time I started recording. I didn't tell anyone I'd be up here. I didn't post about it. Didn't mark it on any map. No one should know that. And the carving wasn't old. It was still dusting snow off the letters. I took a picture with my phone. It glitched and shut down. Won't power back on now. That's not a coincidence. Something up here wants me to keep going. Something knows where I'm going next. I found a clearing. Perfect circle. Not a single tree within 10 meters. Dead center. A large stone with what looks like dried blood on it. Beneath it, broken bones. I'm not kidding. Small, like animal bones maybe. I don't know. Maybe not animals. The snow around the stone is undisturbed, except for mine. But I feel like this place is used regularly. Like something comes here. Waits. Watches. I left the circle, but I don't feel any safer now. I tried shouting, screaming. Nothing bounced back. No echo at all. Just silence, heavy and thick like a blanket. Even my own footsteps sound muffled. The forest absorbs sound now. That's not natural. Sound should travel in open air, right? But here, nothing travels, except whispers. I keep hearing them now, more often. They say different things, not in my voice, but in a voice that sounds eerily close to mine, like something imitating me. I found a pile of gear. Boots, a torn jacket, a canteen, all covered in frost. Looked like it had been there for years. I checked the name tag. A. Mendoza. I think I saw that name on a missing hiker poster last year. The gear was positioned in a strange way, as if someone had sat down, taken it off piece by piece, then just vanished. There were no tracks leading away, just frost and the impression of someone who used to be there. 7:22 p.m. I saw it again, no longer crawling. It stood tall, limbs too long, head tilting like a dog studying me. Its face was smooth skin stretched over nothing. No eyes, no mouth, just blank mimicry. It inhaled when I did, exhaled at my rhythm, like it was syncing with me. When I backed away, it didn't follow, but I felt it waiting, watching, rehearsing. Every sound I made echoed back seconds later in a version of my voice I didn't recognize. I stumbled into a ravine, hoping to vanish below the tree line. That's when I heard a child's voice.
"Help me, please,"
it said, again and again. But it was a loop. Identical tone, same rhythm, repeating, like a broken recording. No child talks like that. No real voice echoes in perfect loops. The sound didn't bounce off trees. It came from one spot. Fixed. Cold. Rehearsed. I backed away, but my boot crunched the snow, and the voice stopped. There was a radio tower marker, half collapsed, rusted, leaning sideways like it was tired of standing. Still blinking red, unnaturally steady, I approached. A shattered speaker crackled to life, whispering, "You're not the first." Then silence, but the light blinked again. I counted long, short, long, Morse code. I translated the pattern, "Don't trust yourself." My stomach dropped. It didn't mean don't trust instincts, it meant don't trust me. The snowfall had gone sideways. Not drifting, pulled, like gravity had tilted. I dropped my compass. It spun wildly, then pointed straight up. The forest was warping. No sense of direction. Then I heard my own voice call out ahead. Not pleading, laughing, a wrong, broken laugh. Something is studying me, absorbing my patterns. He doesn't want to kill me. He wants to become me, to replace me. I think it's almost ready. I ran. Trees whipped past like blurs. Their trunks looked soft like flesh. Faces flickered in the bark. Mine. But they were smiling, and I wasn't. I tripped, slammed hard into frozen ground. My head spun. When I opened my eyes, the landscape had changed. Gray snow, bitter metallic air. Echoes returned wrong, delayed, warped. I whispered hello, and a second later, it answered in my own voice, directly into my ear, but no one was there. Half buried in snow, I found a flashlight. Turn it on. It flickered, then surged bright. I scanned the trees. Something reflective darted between trunks. I moved closer and found a mirror nailed to a tree, cracked in 5 places. But the reflection wasn't mine. It wore my clothes, had my posture, but its eyes were pitch black, endless. It smiled. I didn't. Then one final crack formed across the mirror. From the inside. I ran. I found a collapsed cave, just big enough to crawl into. The entrance was framed with old, broken wood. Ash littered the mouth, still warm. Someone had made a fire, recently. Inside, I found a voice recorder identical to mine. I hit play. It started exactly like mine. This is Evan Harper, 6:47 p.m. But the voice was wrong, flatter, more practiced. At the end of the recording, it screamed, not in pain, in joy, something like an imitation. Deeper in, I found a stone with a torn journal page atop it. The ink was faded but legible. You are not the first. You will not be the last. The forest doesn't kill, it remembers. When it remembers you, you're never truly gone. I looked around. The silence pressed in like weight. Something here doesn't want my body. It wants my presence, my identity. Maybe that's all it ever needed. Just a pattern it can wear like skin. I climbed out of the cave. The trees were wrong again. Smooth, pale trunks without bark. When I touched one, it pulsed, like it was inhaled. I stumbled into a clearing of mirrors, 7 arranged in a perfect circle facing inward. My reflections didn't match me. One bled, one smiled, one turned and walked away. I blinked. They vanished. The mirrors now showed the forest behind me, though I hadn't turned around. Something had. 7:58 p.m. I see a red light flickering in the distance. Maybe a tower, maybe the end. I'm leaving this recorder by a tree that still has bark. If you find it, don't follow. Don't call my name. It's listening. It knows how to use it now. And if you meet me out here, look closely. Watch the smile. If I grin too wide, if I echo your breath too perfectly, run, because I'm not me anymore. And neither are you.